Hi there. In a world where nothing is certain, that means anything is possible, right? If you want to fulfill your dreams and desires, you are in the right place. You absolutely can have a life of happiness. Everyone deserves an abundance of love, laughter, success, health, and wealth. I'm Tara Chadzakis, and you're listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. The show that brings you meditation, mindset, and motivation. So start by giving yourself permission to be awesome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi there, and welcome to this week's episode of Happy, Inspired, and Motivated. I'm joined today by the lovely Deanna Hinz, who has been on a mission to help women entrepreneurs launch and grow their businesses. She is the founder of Sassy Girl Media, which is all about using social media or the power of social media to help women grow as entrepreneurs. She's a single mom who left corporate America to launch an at-home business, which was a baker's, which is quite unusual. I have spoken to Deanna before, and she's told me all about how her friends thought she'd lost her mind, but it actually paid off. So that's great. She actually gained a national recognition when she was awarded the top mum in business by Startup Nation and Discover Card. Now, Deanna is a digital marketing and success coach, and she's found a real passion in helping other women learn how to leverage their social media and business techniques to take their businesses to the next level and create a life that they love, just as she has done. So I'm really looking forward to speaking to Deanna today. She is absolutely amazing. She's got a great energy, and I hope you enjoy the show. You look fabulous as normal. How are you doing, my darling?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really well. You didn't have an early start this morning with me, did you? So I thought I'd give you a bit more time.
I'm up early anyhow. So I'm up around 5:30.
Okay.
And I start checking my emails and doing things. And then I go and shower and get ready for the day and then come back in here. But if I have where I have to see somebody or leave the house, then it's like I do it differently.
Oh God, I'm the opposite. You see, I don't touch my phone or anything for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours when I get up.
Oh, so smart.
I don't. Smart. I use my timer to set a time for my meditation because I do that first thing.
That's smart.
And I might use the camera to watch a yoga while I'm doing the yoga, but I don't check any of my stuff. I can't. I've got to give my head space. I've got to get my head in the game before I get going.
Yes. Yeah, I know. And there's a guilt with me about that.
Oh,
and
sorry.
There shouldn't be, but there is. There's a total guilt that hangs over that, if I'm not doing something, then I'm being lazy. So taking time for me is really challenging.
Okay. Yeah, oh my goodness, you have to look after yourself. It's really important.
Yes, I know. Just because I know it's true doesn't mean, right? But no, you're right. And my husband, we will go to the gym when he gets off work and we'll do things together. But if it's just me, then it's I'm always in that zone, always thinking about what I need to do.
Yeah, I have to admit, if it's just me on my own, if I was just here at home on my own, I probably would be doing a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's well, what else do? I wouldn't turn the TV on if I was on my own. So I would read, but otherwise I'm on the computer anyway, because I like being on the computer. I enjoy looking at stuff and doing stuff and searching for stuff. So yeah. But during the evening, I had it on last night because I had a load of stuff I needed to get finished. But normally, in the evenings when my kids are there, I'm like, okay, let's watch something. And we've just, oh my God, one of my daughters has just started paying for the Disney Channel. So there's all the Marvel movies in timeline order. So you can imagine, can't you?
Have you guys been binge watching that?
Yes, because we've seen nearly all of them, but we're never in the correct order that they're supposed to be, if you like, because they always bring out, oh, this was a prequel and it's what a sequel and whatever else. So it's really nice to watch it in order. We're like, oh, that makes that makes sense. Yeah, I do like Marvel movies though; they're quite funny. So one of my favorites, especially Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which one is it?
Guardians of the Galaxy are my absolute favorite movies.
I've just seen one of those.
Really?
Yes, I have not. I've not been into Marvel at all, but my husband had turned it on. My boys both like it, and so I did. I just saw it for the first time. But I'm somebody who's never I've never seen Star Wars like one full movie all the way through. I've seen parts of it.
Star Wars are okay, aren't they? But I like the Marvel ones because they're funny. They have humor in them, and I just love Groot. I think he's amazing.
Yeah, I do too.
Rocket is my favorite character. He's just hilarious. I don't know what he is, but
I agree. I agree.
Oh God, yeah. I just like in the second movie, I can't tell you, but there's a bit, and he's just taking a piss out of somebody. He's laughing his head off, and I'm just like in stitches because his laughter is just like it's contagious. I can't stop. I'm like, oh my God, Rocky's laughing.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, so that we digress slightly there, don't we? Yeah. But hey ho. So, Sassy Entrepreneur Lady. Yes. Tell us a little bit about how you got started when you left your corporate career and everyone thought you'd lost your mind.
Yeah, that's so true. They really did. Well, this wasn't the plan for me. I had no intentions whatsoever to be doing what I'm doing right now. I left my corporate job in 2010 because of my boys. And they actually, like, a little bit of a history, right? Single mom, I was divorced, and I've got 2 little boys. At that time, they were, oh goodness, what were they? Like 9 and 10, I believe. They were 9 and 10 years old. And it was the week before Christmas. Now, I work for a company who just acquired a new company. So we knew in January after the holiday that people were going to lose their jobs, but we had too much management, and I was in management. So we just didn't know what. So it was stressful. It's stressful because it's the holidays. And then of course you add another layer that, you or your friends may be getting fired, or losing their job. It's just extra stressful. So the week before Christmas, and my youngest son told me he only wanted one thing for Christmas.
Oh,
so
you're gonna make me cry.
Well, I was actually irritated with him when he said that. I was very irritated because I was stressed out and everything was done. For the first time, I got done before Christmas Eve, right? Because I'm like that last minute shopper. And so in a really stressed out mom attitude voice towards him, I just said, what do you want? Right? Like irritated. And he said, I just want one day home with you to sit on the couch and have hot cocoa like we used to. So right now I feel like the worst mom in the entire world. I'm like, I totally failed. And I was shocked. I had no idea where it came from. So I called my other son in, and all 3 of us sat on the couch and we talked, and they told me that they just miss me. My parents were helping out a lot. They lived on my street, but I was always working. So I promised them both I would never miss another school event or another baseball game. And I ended up quitting my job and leaving right after the holidays. And I had no idea what I was going to do. Literally no clue. So I'm like, okay. So I looked for another job. I looked for a job that gave me the comfort of being home and being present with my boys, but also that paid me as well as I was getting paid. And in the US, there was nothing like that. I
there is in the UK either, darling, so don't worry.
I'm like, what? I can't work like 9 to 2 and make like 6 figures. Are you kidding me? So, but anyhow, I couldn't find what I wanted. So I decided I will create what I want. Right.
Good. Yeah.
So I started baking out of my home, and I launched a small business making cake pops, which were not known at all on the East Coast in the United States where I was from. And I searched all the way down the coast, and there was nobody else doing this. So I didn't call them cake pops. I changed the name and just kind of ran with it. I used social media, grew my business.
Cool.
And ended up as a digital marketer and a success coach.
with cake.
Makes sense, right?
And cake. Well, it's perfect. Oh my God, can I come and work with you? Cake and the internet. It's perfect. Absolutely.
Yeah. But honestly, what ended up happening was that I had no money. I was a poor single mom. I wasn't prepared to quit my job. So I didn't plan for something like that. Looking back, it probably was. Looking back, I have no regrets, right? But if you look at it on paper, it was probably a really dumb move. I would probably never advise anybody to do that. But for me, I would do it again in a minute.
Yeah.
But it just made no sense because I had nothing. I had no money. I had a mortgage and a house and things like that, but I had nothing saved up. So I had to use social media to grow my business. Now, at that time, social media wasn't really used for businesses. And I actually had people comment saying that nobody will ever take me seriously on social media. So I'm like, right.
Is that a good friend of yours?
No, it's actually a digital marketing agency.
Oh, okay.
It was trying to get me to work with them. And I said, I couldn't afford you. Like, I don't have the money to hire you to help me grow my product.
Okay. They wanted you to be their client. That was
yes. And I said, no,
good
I'm
tactic there.
Media. Yeah. And they were not at that time on social media. They were doing more traditional marketing. And they were the ones who said, no one will take you seriously. Well, people did. And I started shipping nationwide. And I ended up winning Top Mom in Business from Discover Card and Startup Nation a year later. So
excellent. At
that point, then women started reaching out saying, how did you do what you did? And I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I have absolutely.
Just say to them all, right, okay, start with quit your job. The rest is easy.
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, it was insane because it almost was like a whirlwind, I couldn't believe the way things were happening and falling in place. And I really believe that's when you know it's really meant to be.
Definitely,
not that I was supposed to bake out of my house because that was short-lived, but I knew I was on the right path because things were happening that just wouldn't normally happen. I mean, there was things that I wouldn't plan for. I mean, to win Top Mom in Business a year after I left a corporate job from Discover Card, and then have all these women start coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, can we have coffee? I want to pick your brain. Well, I was coffeeed out real quick. I was really coffeeed out. And I'm like, okay, listen, everybody's asking the same questions. And I hear you. And I don't know if I have the right answer, but if you really want to know, you know what? I'm going to be here at this time and date. Show up. I'll answer all of your questions. I'll share what I know. Just don't hold me accountable if it doesn't work. Well, it worked. And all these other women started building their business. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I did that for 7 years for free.
I was going to say, did you get paid for this?
No, I didn't even think of it as a business at that point.
All right.
I did it for 7 years. I just wanted to help women create a life that they really loved, and find that freedom.
So were you still making cake then?
I was still making, not for 7 years. I quit that probably after 3 years. I quit that because it was exhausting. And I went and got another job. And yes, I went back to start something that fit the hours a little bit better, had some flexibility. But I am just made to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't The people were wonderful. The job was great. I just did not enjoy it. I felt like I was in a cage again. I lost all that freedom.
Yeah. I think when you've made the shift, going back is harder, isn't it?
Yes, it is so hard. Yeah, but I'm still having these little conferences and workshops teaching women, and the idea never popped into my mind that this was a business until I started having people reach out who I didn't know, and they were asking, "Could you build a website? Could you just do my social media for me because I don't know what I'm doing and I don't really have time to learn it, but I just need it done." So I was like, "Wait a minute." Like
Oh, interesting.
all these people are like, now the phone is ringing and they're asking. I'm like, maybe I do have a business. And it was at that point I took the leap again, quit my job, and said, literally the next day, I'm like, I'm gonna start a business, and named it Sassy Girl Media over wine with a girlfriend. Like there was no brainstorming or branding session. Like, what should we call it? It was
Perfect.
just wine and friends.
They're the best brainstorming sessions like ever anyway, aren't they?
I think they are, yeah. I think they
Why
definitely
didn't
are.
we think of wine before? What the heck? We could have had wine now. Oh,
I know, right?
it's a bit early for you, isn't it? Yeah, no,
Well,
maybe
it's
not.
10:30 in the morning over
Yeah,
here.
maybe not then.
I've got my coffee.
Yeah, okay. Well, coffee's good. Coffee. I've got
Yeah.
water, so yeah, cheers. We'll
Okay.
do that instead.
Cheers.
So you started the business, and well, you've been doing that now for what, 6 years, 7 years, 7?
About 6 years formally, where it's
Mm.
actually been named, but I still always include the 11 years that led up to
Yeah,
it
yeah.
because I
So
was
the
still
years,
doing it.
yeah, you were.
But as a official agency, that yes,
Mm.
about 6 years.
Okay. So what were the questions, just whether they resonate with my audience or not? What were the questions that all the women in the beginning were asking you that were all the same? And how did you help
So
them?
in the beginning, it was really just Facebook and Twitter, and I actually started on Twitter, and
Okay.
I was still on Facebook, but Twitter is where I got most of my information at that time. The questions they were asking is really just, how do you do it? Is it even important? Because
Mhm.
Facebook 10, 11 years ago was really still a lot of college kids. People were starting to migrate to Facebook, but they didn't see it as a tool for businesses at that point. It was more of just, hey, I can connect with high school friends and I can connect with family. And
That's probably what I
so the
used it
whole,
for.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. A lot of people still do use it for that. But at that point, it really wasn't about having a business page. So the questions really were, how do I really make a good business page and how do I really use this page?
Mm.
Now, keep in mind, 11 years ago, there was no algorithm in place. So it was amazing. I mean, you could create a business page and everybody who liked it and you share it with people, right? They saw everything you posted
Yeah.
all the time,
Mm.
which is clearly not the case
No.
anymore. It's hard to get that
It's
that
some
content seen.
ridiculously low percentage of what they see of your stuff, isn't it?
It's very low. Yeah.
Mm.
I think the highest number I've seen is 5%. I personally think it's closer to a 2%,
Yeah, it's
but
pitiful.
it's very low.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, I post on my page, but I don't probably don't see it unless they actually go to the page, I would imagine, because I don't see other people's business page posts either. So
Yeah. Well, they have to engage with you. And I think that's so the way the algorithm basically works, and this is
mm,
with business pages and as well as with our friends and family on our personal page. So Facebook has decided we're going to show you what's important to you. And how do we know what's important to you is what you engage with.
mm,
So if you like or comment or share a post, whether it's a friend's post or a business page, then you're telling Facebook that that person or that business is important to you. So then that's what's going to show up in your feed. If you do nothing and don't engage at all with that person or that business, eventually they're going to disappear and you're going to be like, wait, are they still even on Facebook? Like, I haven't seen them in a long time.
yeah,
And
I've
that's
thought that
because
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's because you quit engaging with whatever they were posting. So now they're saying it's no longer important to you. So they're not showing it to you.
But how can I engage if I don't see their stuff?
So, yeah, well, that's a great question. If you don't see it. So the thing is, like, on your business page, hypothetically, right? If you've got a business page, you want to try to increase that engagement. So the way you would do that is when you create content, you want to find a way to get people to like, comment, or share it. So you can ask a question. And each one of those things carry a different amount of weight. If somebody just gives you the thumbs up, like, that's the lowest amount of weight. So it'll increase your reach. So it starts to show up in other people's feeds. In a sense, maybe you saw something in your feed that maybe you didn't like, but a friend of yours liked or commented on, and all of a sudden it pops up into your feed. So the thumbs up, like, is the lowest. And then next comes all those reactions, right? If they do the heart or the angry face or the wow, those actually carry more weight than the thumbs up, like. So sometimes people will create a post asking, hey, comment, like, which one do you think? Use a heart for this or an angry face for that. And that's because they're trying to increase their engagement in their organic reach.
Okay. Yeah.
Commenting, of course, asking a question in something that you post, which would you choose, this or that, or whatever, right? Like, what is your favorite whatever that applies to your business, and having them actually write in the comments, that will help you reach their audience, and that increases even more. The longer they write, the better. And then, of course, if they share it, then that helps as well. So you may not actually see that business in your feed, but if that business is working really hard to increase their organic reach, then the likelihood of them showing up in your feed, whether you currently like them or not, is increasing.
Okay. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what about
it's a game?
It is, yeah. And what about Instagram? Because I love being on Instagram. It's my favorite place, much more than Facebook. But like, so on Facebook, for example, when I go on my feed, I know if somebody's commented on one of my posts because it's at the top.
Yeah.
Because it jumps back up again, doesn't it? So that, because somebody's engaged with it. Yeah. It doesn't happen like that on Instagram, does it?
No.
So what's the best way for reach on Instagram?
So Instagram, same thing, because they are owned by Facebook. So then now they've incorporated that algorithm as well. However, I have it written down. Instagram never shares their secrets about what they are expecting from you as far as what to post. Okay. And the slides just slipped out. And I actually did a reel on it, but I have to pull the reel up to get like what it is. And I'll share it with your audience. So if you're on Instagram, here is what they are expecting. And let me go over to my page. Hang tight with me. Okay. So what they want. Now, by the time you air this, it could be totally different because that's how quick social media changes.
That's true.
But as of now, this is what it is. So they want 1 to 3 IGTVs a week. So uploading some sort of a video to IGTV 1 to 3 times a week. They want 1 to 3 posts in your feed a week. Now that can include an IGTV or a reel. They want 4 to 7 reels. Reels are hot right now on Instagram.
Reels are hard though. They're hard to make.
I've been doing reels right now and they're time consuming.
Yeah, they are.
They are very time consuming, but that is what Instagram wants. And that's what they're pushing out right now. So they want to see 4 to 7 a week. That was hard. Last week I tried that. I got 3. I just did one again today. And then 8 to 10 stories a week, but they said at least 2 stories a day, which is actually 14. So, so I'm trying to do at least 2 stories a week. I will tell you, I've just implemented this. Last week was the first week that I implemented, and one of my reels, and I don't have a huge audience. What do I have here? Like a little under 1,900 followers, right? But my one reel had 5,500 views, and I kept getting these alerts. I was like, Oh my goodness, it must have ended up in the right, because most of my views are like 300, 500 on a reel, but that one took off. I posted one today and it's a little under 1,000 right now. So I'm hoping it catches that wind or whatever and goes.
Does that mean that your reel's gone on the Explorer page?
Yes, I believe that particular one did.
Okay.
Yes. So first week of me actually trying what leaked with those slides, and I see a huge difference in my insights. So I'm comfortable sharing, try that too.
Yeah.
I'll hear a bunch of stuff when it comes to social media. All the experts will say, this is what you need to do, follow this, this is it. I always test it first because everybody all of a sudden is an expert, right? And some of it works and some doesn't. This one definitely works so far. 1 week in, and I am loving the results. So I would definitely encourage, if you want to grow your Instagram, to
I do a lot of lives. I do a lot of videos, posts and stories. The only thing I don't do at all is reels. I've done one.
Okay. Well, girl, get on it.
I don't have got time.
I know. It keeps going, right?
It's really difficult. It is, because you have to do it on your phone. It's so faffy as well. If I could do it on the computer, it'd be a lot easier.
I agree. I do much better when it's on my computer than managing everything on my phone. I don't like it. It's so small.
Yeah, it is. Maybe I can edit the video on my computer and then just upload it.
You can. That's a great idea. You probably can. I don't know if you've got a Mac or not, but if you've got a Mac, iMovie, you could probably create something in there.
I have got a Mac, yeah.
And do a 15-second, 30
Yeah,
second.
so the thing is, they're so short. I tried to make a video for one the other day, and I looked back at it. I was like, shit, it's over a minute. It's going to be maximum 30 seconds, and I've got a minute's worth of stuff here. What am I doing? God. Yes, I know. To nail those, because I am getting more. The more I do lives, especially, I'm getting much more reach as well, because I can see it in my insights too. So it's really good. But yeah, the reels might just top it over a little bit. That's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
You heard it here first, people. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Nice. That's right.
When we're all influencers on Instagram and we've got like this huge following, we can say it was because Diana told me to do some reels.
Yes, definitely.
7 reels a week.
Right. I'm sticking with 4. If I could hit 4, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah. That's, I mean, that, like I say, it's hard work.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? It's kind of funny because you shift how you think now. Like, so now where I would normally take a picture of things. For example, my husband and I went to Epcot over the weekend.
Oh, nice.
So I would normally take a picture of the things. Well, everything were short video clips of everything I took, just in case I wanted to use it as a reel. So he's posing. I'm like, oh no, it's a video. Like, it's a short video clip. He's like, oh my gosh. And he's making fun of me because I'm on TikTok right now. I just got on TikTok.
Okay.
Because I have a young intern and she's like, you need to be on TikTok.
My daughter keeps saying that.
My audience is not on TikTok. But you know what? I'm glad she pushed me. Like, she's like, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Like, I'll go there. And I'm glad because it is a lot of different ages, but it's forcing me to learn TikTok, which made reels easier.
Yeah, because TikToks are about a minute long, aren't they? I think.
I'm not even sure of the time of how long it is.
I think it's maximum 60 seconds, I think.
Okay.
Because my daughter said, you have to do TikTok. And I'm like, I've got too much to say. I cannot condense it into a minute. I'd just be getting started and it'd stop. And I'd put part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. They'd be like, shit, woman, shut up.
I hear you.
Yeah, when I do lives or any videos, anything like that, I think, okay, right, get rid of my nerves. Oh, here we go. And I'm off. And then I look at the thing, I'm like, damn, that was 10 minutes long. I have to stop it, Tara.
Yeah.
I just go off on one. I just can't stop talking.
I know. And it's so funny because it's like, I do the opposite where it's like, okay, I can talk all day long to somebody. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a TikTok or a reel. I'm like, what am I going to say?
But that's because you have to make it short, I think.
I know.
That's the problem. You've got to be really concise or not say anything and just do those pointy things.
Those point things drive me crazy though. Every time I see people pointing, I go past it. And don't get me wrong, I do it too because the pointing's easy, right?
It is, yeah.
It irks me. It irks me when I see the pointing.
I think it depends who's doing it.
Maybe.
Some people I've just been like, I can't watch you anymore. I'm sorry, love. It's too much. Because their fingers are in the wrong place and they're
oh yeah, that's probably me.
Just let me check if I unfollowed you recently.
I try. I do. Just bear with me through this learning process.
Well, exactly. I'm okay. So I was dedicated to do lives. I've done that right now. I'm dedicated. I'm doing reels. Reels are my thing now. That's it. Me and the reels.
I love it. I love it. I'll be watching for them too.
I am not going to be beaten. Instagram, I'm going to smash it. I am. It's going to be my thing is Instagram. Because Facebook, love it. I don't like Facebook. It's not. I'm sorry. Sorry, Facebook, but it's just not. There's too much negativity on there. There's too much of, oh, I'm not going to be your friend if you don't agree with me. I'm like, I really don't care. Don't be my friend then.
Yes, I'm the same way. And and I know we connected on Facebook.
Luckily, yes, we did.
But my real profile is deactivated. The one that I have where you and I connected, I have no friends on there. And it's just for me to be like still engaged in some groups because there are some great women and there's great resources in some of those groups. And to follow pages that I really want to follow, but it feeds, it like gets rid of all that negative talk that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And because I was seeing stuff from people I absolutely love and adore every election year, right? I see things that they post and it doesn't matter which side you're on, if you agree with me or disagree with me, but it was ugly. And it was changing my opinions of people that I absolutely love because I'm like, just stop, like step away from the computer, step away from the phone.
Definitely
quit writing.
It is, yeah. I mean, I go on and I do post for my business and I do go into groups a lot more than anything else for that exact same reason. Because if I go down and I'm like you say, it's political stuff or it's at the moment it's like the COVID vaccine. What do you think about that? And would you have it? Yes, no. And then it's like, well, why would you have it or why wouldn't you have it? And that gets into a big argument. And I'm just on. Anything you put, like if you put something positive, like, oh, I can't wait to do this, people are like, oh, well, it's all right, you saying that. What about the animal? Like, oh my God, really?
So true. It is so true. And I can tell you that, Tara, since I have deactivated my real one and I've just been using the secondary one with no friends, I feel better. I feel so much better. I would recommend that for anybody. And that's the reason I like Instagram more as well.
Yeah.
Is because you don't see all of that arguing. No, you don't see it going back and forth.
And the graphics or the pictures are none of them are, or at least people that I follow, they aren't aggressive. They aren't confrontational. They're fun. They're happy. They're filled with good energy. And that's what I want in my life. I don't want that other crap that. No.
Yeah. Yep. I absolutely agree with you. And it's been hard for me to get away from that because I mean, this is my livelihood. I am in digital marketing and it's a big reason why I've kind of shifted back to doing a lot of the consulting and the success coaching with entrepreneurs is because I don't like what Facebook has become. There are a lot of great tools out there. Clubhouse right now. Are you on Clubhouse?
No, because I have a Samsung. I don't have an Apple.
Oh, okay. Well, you let me know. I'll hold one invite for you for when they open it up to everybody.
I think I did buy the name. I got the name. I could do that. My daughter got the name for me somehow. She's got an iPhone, so maybe that's how. But so I've got the name, but I haven't got the actual app. So
yes, yeah. But it's a pretty cool platform. It's just social audio, and people are talking, and I really like it because you can pick what you want to jump into, which topics, right? So again, you have the power to eliminate the negativity, and you can continue staying in positive environments and environments that inspire and motivate you, which is, I think, the biggest reason why people are on social media, right? Is for that inspiration, that connected to feel like they belong, whether it's with family or business. So I don't like Facebook. Sorry, Facebook.
No,
But
yes.
I like Instagram, even though it's owned by Facebook. And I like, Clubhouse. And
so in Clubhouse, you go into somebody's room, don't you?
Yes.
Do you talk with them, or are you just listening?
You can talk. So you can create a room. So for example, you and I can, let's just say that you were on there too. We can say, hey, we're going to have a room and we are going to talk about how to grow your business, right? Whatever topic you want. Then anybody who wants to join that room can join it. Now, we are the only speakers and they are in the audience. But if they raise their hand, we can choose to bring them up to the stage.
Okay.
They can speak as well also and contribute. So you can ask questions, you can interact with people, and then you can leave the room quietly whenever you want to go. You don't have to stay through the entire thing. But I so far I really like it, and I've made some pretty cool connections over there as well.
So do you have to invite people to it, or can people just stumble across it?
Right now, you have to be invited. You need an invite. And the other day, it was.
No, I mean to your actual room. If you've got a room going on.
I'm sorry. To the actual room. So I believe I've not created a room yet, but I believe that the way that it works is that if anybody is following you, they get a notification that you've created a room and you've scheduled one, or that you're currently in that room. Okay. So then they have the opportunity to come and join you. So I from what I've learned, that's why it's really good to start a room like as a partnership with two people, not just one person, because now both of your following will get notifications that this room has started. And then it does show up in a feed. So you can look for different rooms that are open, and it shows you who's in the room and how many people are in the room. Okay. And you can drop in and listen, or you can leave.
And then can you listen to it again after? Is it like recorded?
It's not recorded. No, not to my knowledge. I don't think anything is recorded in there. That may be an option. I just haven't heard of that yet or uncovered it, but I'm learning it. So if anybody's listening and they know if it can, please share in her comments, because I'm curious as well.
That sounds like, it's like podcasting. I absolutely love it. I could just sit here and talk all day to my guests on my podcast. Clubhouse sounds right up my street.
Yes, it really does. I agree. And I think that's why I like it so much, because you can really sit in and the conversations are great. And I'm sure there's some that aren't so great, but I really have enjoyed listening to people. In fact, I just got an interview for my podcast, Rael Andrews, who is an actor who is on General Hospital. Do you know what General Hospital is in the UK?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. So
okay, we haven't got it here. But he's like, he and I have been in the same room on Clubhouse a few different times. He was looking for an opportunity to speak on podcasts, and I reached out to him on Instagram and just said, I don't know, here's my target audience. I don't know if this is your target audience. And he's like, yes, and explained why. And we've got something scheduled next Friday to talk. So it's so cool, because
I'm getting a bit jealous.
But it's really cool. Like, Amy Porterfield. I follow her.
I do know her,
She's hops in rooms all the time, so you can hear her, which I'm used to, but now it makes it easier to engage with her because you can come up to the stage and talk. So I hope it continues the way I see it right now, and I believe that it will. And if so, then I think a lot of people may end up jumping ship, because I hear that a lot about Facebook and the negativity, and people really are there just for family. But why couldn't you create a family room on Clubhouse, right? Where the family can talk to each other.
I might have to go and get an iPhone. Oh my God. And I've sworn I'm not going to the dark side. I've said, no, I'm sticking with Samsung. I love it. And my kid's like, you should get an iPhone. They're really good. And now I'm thinking, oh, actually, this Clubhouse sounds quite good.
Yes. I just recently, a year ago, I went to the dark side. I always had a Samsung. And in January of, or actually December of last year, of 2019, I guess.
Yeah.
I got an iPhone. And now I have a Mac as a computer. So I really
I've always had Macs. I've always had Macs, but I don't know what it is. iPhones, I just look at them and I'm like, oh, make me shudder. I'm like, oh my God, they're so complicated and they just look square, but they're getting prettier.
They are. Yeah. It might be time. It might be time to come to the dark side.
Can you hold that invitation for me and I'll let you know when I'm in there?
You got it. It has your name on it.
I'm getting desperate now. I'm thinking, actually, yeah, I need to do this. Oh, okay. That's something to look at, isn't it? Yes. I might be converted because of Clubhouse. That's crazy. Samson, if you're listening, you need to sort your shit out because this is happening and you're going to lose, because they are going to lose people. If people want to do that, then they have to switch, don't they? Because it's only Apple or only iPhone.
I think that they are working on Samsung. I believe that it will go out, and I believe that, but I don't know when. And I guess that's something really to dig into a little bit more as far as the timeline of that. But I do think, and I don't know why I think that, maybe I'm making it up, but I do think that they are going to add.
Well, I suppose they have to do, but yeah, I mean, I'm just excited to get in and talk to people and listen to people and make rooms with people now. You've done it, haven't you? You've set me off. I'm on Reels, going on Clubhouse, and I'm changing to the dark side. What the heck?
But think about it. Think about Clubhouse and what a great marketing strategy, right? Invitation only, iPhone only. So now you're like, you want an invitation. If now you want an iPhone because that, FOMO, fear of missing out, is like, wait, I want to be part of this too. So what a really cool strategy that
they
you can only get on there if you're invited and if you have an iPhone.
That's a lot to take in for a Wednesday afternoon. My whole life's just changed.
I don't know if it's for the better or the worse.
Neither do I, but oh my goodness. Well, thank you for that insight there, Deanna. You just, my whole world's just been shaken, but never mind.
You're welcome. Anytime.
My kids are going to be cursing that. She's at it again, making short videos. She's filming me again. I'm only buttering toast. What the hell is she doing?
Yeah. My boys had a similar response when they're like, well, first with TikTok, right? Because my boys are now in their 20s. So they're 21 and 23. And I'm like, oh, I'm on TikTok. They're like, no, please, no. Don't. And so I'll send them little reels or TikToks of like mom and sons dancing. I'm like, will you do this? They're like, absolutely not. Never. Don't even.
Blotch number. Who is this?
Yeah. So I'll send them little clips and I'm like, mom goals. They're like, not going to happen.
Yeah. When I ask my daughters to get in the videos with me or anything like that, they're just like, no, it's not happening, mum. So I look like a single woman just dancing in my bedroom the whole time because that's all I do. I'm not allowed in the rest of the house because, they might get on film. So yeah, bless them. Never mind.
That's funny.
Right. So my darling, if people want to get in touch with you so they can get to you on Instagram, what's your Instagram handle?
It's at Sassy Girl Entrepreneur. And you can find me on Instagram. Check out my reels.
I'm going to check out your reels as soon as we finish this call, girl. I'm on it.
Yes. And you can also, my website is also sassygirlentrepreneur.com. So you can reach me there. All the social media, Sassy Girl Entrepreneur.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing this afternoon and good morning for you with me. I look forward to speaking to you again soon. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, thank you so much. I had a great time. Thank you.
Sending you lots of love, my darling. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you subscribe, rate and review to the show so you get notification every single time we go live, because you just never know, the message that you're waiting to hear could be the one that you miss. Thank you for listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. I'll be back next week bringing more meditation, mindset, and motivation for your happy and successful life. To find out more about our community, go to tarachatzakis.com/happy, inspired, motivated.